The voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. And good morning to you. On the line with us this morning, Tony Deloreto. And our conversation with Tony is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Tony, good morning.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. It's good to have you on the air with us here this morning.
Thank you for having me. And, everybody just, stay cautious and keep the social distancing working and everybody stay safe.
Yeah, cooking a lot of extra spaghetti these days, Tony?
Yeah, you know what? But for the kids, like you were talking about earlier, when everything came down and they said they weren't going to have schools, we didn't know what the circumstances were going to be about who was going to be providing lunches. So me and my wife and I, Cherry, we decided, let's feed the kids. And it was a little nerve-wracking in the beginning because we didn't know there was going to be the school lunches that were being provided. And so, I mean, we're very blessed to have people in the community that reach out and help, and with their efforts and going to the schools. We were prepared to do like 300 or 400 lunches, but thankfully, we're doing about 30, 40 a day, and Chevy Chase is doing a great job with it too, and community's really stepped up and with donations and fruits and vegetables, and we're just glad to be a part of it, and we're glad to help. We're glad to help out, and it was like I said, it was really in the beginning when we didn't know what was going to happen. It was we were prepared to to really hang it all out there and and help out the best we could. But we're here for the kids. We have lunches 11:30 from 11 to 3. We're providing lunches for school-age kids, and we have a spaghetti with a red sauce or a butter sauce, some fresh bread. We have fruit and a bottled water or milk while supplies last, and that's what we're here to do, Todd. Just to help the people.
One of the things that I noted when this all originally came about was if people wanted to donate to help defray the cost, that was great. But you said right away that a portion of whatever you get in is going to go to the Chevy Chase Community Center. Those folks at Chevy Chase are doing an incredible job, aren't they?
They are. I've been on the board. I'm going on my third year of being on the board. And so when we first got there, my first meeting, I thought, man, what are we into? But we made some tough decisions, and we got the right people on board. Ellen Ruddick and Barb Croce, especially, they're dynamic women, and they've really helped turn Chevy Chase around. And Chevy Chase is designed to be there for people in need. And man, this is a time where there's people in need, and Chevy Chase has stepped up and are at the top of their game. And we're grateful for everybody. All the board members have done all the hard work, and like I said, everybody just put an extra special effort because we knew Chevy Chase was a special place, and it's there for the people, and we needed to help out for everyone.
And what a time to have a brand new kitchen in place, huh?
Yes. It's the timings. It was so crucial, and and Chevy Chase is still taking donations for if anybody has any fruit or vegetables. The monetary donations are asked to go to United Way. United Way they'll disperse the monies as they see fit, and that's what I talked to Barb, the director, this morning, and that's what she suggested. Any fruit, fruits and vegetables, please, a bottled water and milk, and send them to the Chevy Chase Center. We've been getting some donations, and I want to thank everybody. Like I said, the community's really come together, and even from people from out of state have been sending donations just to help with the kids' lunches, and it's very much appreciated.
Yeah, it really is, and it shows the kind of spirit you have in this community. I'm sure every community across the Commonwealth is stepping up and meeting the needs of its residents. But the people that are here in Indiana and in Indiana County, across the whole county, these kinds of efforts are going on that shows the kind of spirit we have around here.
Right, absolutely. And like I said, Chevy Chase, they're having lunches from 11:30 to 1, and it's for children and adults in need, and they're doing it every day, and they're doing a bang-up job. And like I said, it's just the community coming together is really, in times of crisis and times of need, the cream rises to the crop, and you really see who's out there helping and who's out there being a part of it all. And and wants to make it right.
Tony Deloreto on the line with us here this morning. Of course, he's with Spaghetti Vendors, and they're stepping up. The Chevy Chase Community Center, which we've been talking about, so many others across Indiana County, reaching out on behalf of citizens. I know, Tony, as you've been watching this thing unfold, you must have some thoughts as well about COVID-19 and how the state is responding and how Pennsylvania is stepping up. Could you share some of those thoughts?
Yeah, well, I can tell you right now, I think, it's crucial we listen to the medical experts, and I think our leaders, Governor Wolf has done an outstanding job and taken on the issue, and he knows where he scaled it back just to the counties that need to be locked down. But I think the governor is doing an outstanding job and getting the priorities straight. And we want to be very cautious, and we don't want to. We want to keep this under control, and the best way to keep it under control is to practice the social distancing and listening to the medical experts so they can they lead us in the right direction. And it's crucial for everybody to just be diligent and think about their loved ones and just take it here to the make sure if anybody's sick, you keep them at home, they stay at home, and if anything you can do, just you're supposed to act like you have it and you don't want to give it to anybody, and you're supposed to act like somebody else has it and you don't want to get it from them.
Yeah.
And that's and if we all practice that to the best of our ability, it's gonna keep it to a minimum, as far as not letting it get out of control. And Todd, just imagine if throughout the country, if we wouldn't have canceled all those major sporting events and concerts and everything. Can you imagine where we would be now?
Yeah, well, we'd be like Italy is right now.
Yes,
unfortunately.
And we really have to commend our medical field too, and then because they're getting ready they're preparing, they're hoping for the best and preparing for the worst, and thoughts and prayers need to be going out to those people and first responders just to make sure that they stay healthy and safe so they can help everybody else.
Minute or two left with Tony Deloreto this morning. Tony, coming up next Monday and Tuesday, I've got a couple of conversations coming up with a food safety expert who's going to tell us about keeping our work areas clean and germ-free and how to prepare food safely. I know that you being in the food industry, in the food service industry, that's really important for you. Is it more that you've instituted?
Oh, absolutely. We're cleaning down after every. This is a time to be diligent, and everybody. If anybody, we don't let people in and out, but if we get a delivery, we make sure we spray the doorknobs, and we have sanitizer right by our side. We have disinfectant right by our side. And, you're always cautious before, but now it's just, it's time to be extra cautious and spraying anything because. They say, it can last on surfaces for days and days, and you only can trust yourself by cleaning whatever you can, and washing your hands, and just being diligent about, anybody coming in could have it, and anybody going, and just treat it that way. Anybody coming in might have it. And just wipe everything down. And that's what we're trying to do around here. And I think that's what I think all restaurants are really, I would think everybody's just like overly cautious to make sure that nothing spreads around.
It's the only responsible thing to do. Everything's magnified in this day and age. Tony, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Hey, Todd, thanks for having me, and stay safe. And like I said, be cautious and listen to our medical experts, and let's keep this thing to the lowest point possible.
That's good advice. Good advice. Have a great day.
Thanks, Todd. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. There's Tony Deloreto with us here this morning on the Voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM.